Rent versus buy. But let's say you're at 4%, which no one's getting 4% right now. At least $300 a month of that is going to equities. That is the key to a happy marriage. There's this old belief that says you always buy because you're building equity. This is fucking horseshit. This is fucking horseshit. Especially since a lot of people don't know about the 5%. Funky Dingleberry, yes, but the problem is that the IRS one compounds daily. The other ones do it quarterly. So I have 3 months per quarter to pay it down before the interest hits the principal. The IRS one hits it daily. All right, here you go. Building equity. Here's the problem. When you buy a home, for example, okay? I know most of you guys are probably going to end up buying trailers, but let's just pretend for a second that we have a nice little house here, okay? Here's the problem. Not only when you make the minimum mortgage payment, because most people can't make extra mortgage payments. Let's be honest. I'm in a very lucky situation, or I was until now. Now I got to fucking scrape together money because I miscalculated by $70,000. I thought it was going to be 50, so now I got to take out a bigger loan. Unless any of y'all want to, like, do something weird to me for $120,000, I might, like, let you fly me to Dubai or something. Moving on. So what happens? Sure, you throw money at it, but you've got closing costs, everything like that. So let's say, I'm just going to throw a number out there, $350,000. Somehow you have $70,000 and you put that down, right? So minus 70, you're at $280,000. Let's not throw into account closing costs, dealer, and everything else. Let's just, for the shits and giggles, let's say it's $280,000. And let's say you got a good rate. Right now, you're probably fucked, but let's say you're at 4%. Which no one's getting 4% right now. But let's say you got it 4%. That means your monthly payment is on a 30-year mortgage is most likely gonna be in like the $1,600 range maybe, of which almost none of it goes to the principal. It almost goes to all interest and escrow, okay? So that means you're probably throwing $300 a month at this $280,000. Now remember, you're paying $1,600 and only $300 of it a month is going to your equity. We're not done. What's that 5%? And this is where people who always argue with me always forget. Because they're like, well, Stocky, if I'm paying $1,600 a month in rent versus $1,600 a month in my home, at least $300 a month of that is going to equity. So that's where the argument is from. No. See, you know what you don't have to deal with when you're renting? Is this 5% here. Generally speaking, you are going to spend in non-returnable capital. You'll never see a return on this. As a matter of fact, it's pure gone out the window. 5% of the value of home per year on taxes, interest, and maintenance. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That doesn't go into the equity of your home. Get fucked, all of you fucking haters out there. They also appreciate? Sure, but you're not going to appreciate on 30 years as much. Remember, you may appreciate, here, real quick, I'm going to address one fucking guy. I'm not going to let anybody more one guy me. Oh, but they appreciate, Stocky. Yeah, when you pay off this loan after interest in 30 years, you're going to pay $750,000 on your $350,000 loan. So you better hope that your house at least doubles before then. That doesn't account for this, and we're about to get into it. 5% taxes, insurance, and maintenance. That means if your house is worth $350,000, you are most likely going to spend an average of $17,000 per year on those. We'll go low. Just for shits and giggles, we'll go 15 grand. $15,000 per year just to keep it, and you don't see any of that money in return. So take that $15,000 times 30 years. That's another $450,000. Add that to your $750,000. That means it's $1.2 million that you're gonna pay. You better hope your house goes up 400% in that time frame. That doesn't mean you shouldn't buy a house. I'm just saying, if you don't need to buy a house and you're not going to get 4% interest, I want you to now look at it and say, wait a second, Stocky, that $15,000 that's going to come out of my pocket that I'm never going to get any equity returned on is almost the same as I'm paying in my rent, because I'm paying $1,300 a month right now in my apartment, which is $15,000 a year. So you're telling me I pay the exact same for a renting that I'm never going to see a return on, that I'm going to pay in taxes, insurance, and maintenance that I'm never going to see a return on, but I don't have to deal with any of that bullshit? The AC work breaks. I don't have to fucking hire somebody and do all this other bullshit. I just call the landlord. I have a problem, I call the landlord. And if there's a problem, it takes too long and get a credit on my rent. Okay. That's before we even get into the house itself. So if I was single or with some friends or I was dating right now and houses are at fucking 50% higher than they normally are, and the mortgage rate's at 7%, I'll be a happy little fucking cucumber all day long renting right now. But my rent's going up $100 a month. Yeah, well, guess what? This isn't 4% right now. This is 6%. So now you're going to end up paying $900,000 on this motherfucker plus 450. So now you're at 1.3. Yeah, fuck all that. And I'm not trying to discourage you from buying a house. I'm just saying if someone is out there telling you that it's better to buy than it is to rent, it's not always correct. And all the while you're waiting for the housing market to correct itself, you still got a place to stay. But this isn't working for everybody. There's some people out there that it's a way better idea to buy than rent right now because they have a family and they have kids and they want stability and they want equity and they want to build something and they have the ability to pay down their mortgage early. But if you don't have that kind of money and you're paying $1,600 a month for that with only $300 going to the equity, but you're also spending another $1,000 per month in taxes, insurance, and maintenance, so you're at $2,600 a month, which means you're actually not building $300 in equity, but you're still actually down $800 per month than what you would be if you were here. And you can take that $800 a month, throw that your fucking 401k on the dip. Now you're doubling up. So instead of losing money, you're making money. There's no one size fits all. I just want you guys to understand that there are options. But Stocky, if I buy a house, I could pay it off and flip it and rent it out and make a second source of income. Bitch, if you have $350,000 in cash that you can buy a house with, go for it. Ain't nobody talking to you. Everyone forgets about the 5%. That's what nobody forgets about. Everybody only focuses on the actual mortgage and how much goes to it and how you're building equity. And they're like, well, even $300 a month is great because at least it's something towards equity so I can build it. I'm buying into myself. Yeah, but you're down $800 a month because you have to pay taxes and you have to pay insurance. And if anything breaks, you're on the line for it. And let me tell you something. Any homeowner in here, shit breaks all the fucking time. And the more women you have in your house, no offense, ladies, the more fucking plumbing shit you gotta do because hair's always going down the goddamn drains. I got a dog with long hair, so the fucking AC's getting clogged up. I got people eating Indian food in here, so toilets are getting clogged up all the time. I just had to buy a new fridge. It never ends. I'm telling you. The key, I'm going to tell you all my last little secret here. The key to a happy relationship and a successful relationship, guys, is separate bathrooms. And if you can't afford a place with separate bathrooms, if you have to take out a fucking second job sucking dick behind Denny's, I don't care. Make sure you have 2 separate sinks in your bathroom if you only have 1. That is the key to a happy marriage, is separate bathrooms. You can get over everything, but if you have to share a bathroom, that's a problem. And if you have to share sinks, that's a problem, because the one time you shave and don't clean it up and there's little hairs everywhere, she's gonna lose her fucking shit. And the one time that you go to brush your teeth and you keep the lights off so they stay asleep and you don't realize that it's not toothpaste and it's some fucking squeeze tube for some fucking concealer thing on their face, and you put that shit on your toothbrush and start brushing with it. The first time you walk in after she took a hot ass dump, she ain't that pretty little princess anymore. Ladies, first time you walk in there and you sit down on the piss on the toilet seat from after him, he ain't your Prince Charming anymore, okay? That shit changes people. They say 50% of all divorces end because of money. Fuck that. Money was probably the end point. It started with sharing a bathroom. I'm just telling you, if you want your marriage to last, you need separate bathrooms. And if you for some reason can't, do whatever you gotta do to have 2 sinks in that bathroom. Matter of fact, men, get yourself a fucking outhouse in the backyard if you have to. Dig a hole. Make yourself a stone crown toilet. Trust me on this one. And ladies, same thing. Y'all gotta put up with our bullshit too. This ain't no fucking one-sided thing. Shave in the shower? Bitch, I ain't got time for that. I don't enjoy my showers. I get in there, I get the dirt off, and I get out. All right? I ain't got time for that bullshit. That's not true. Ever since my in-laws are here, I've had to spend a little extra time in the showers, if you know what I mean. Look at the size of my forearm. Look at that shit. Holy fuck. This is the weirdest fucking channel in the world.